Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is David and in this video I'm going to show you how to play Just One, a word guessing game for 3 to 7 players. It's very easy. One player will get a card with some words on it. He will pick a number, there are 5 words on this card, and the number will decide the word that player has to guess. It's a cooperative game, so you try to give the player clues that will make him choose the right word. So for example, if the word is Mars, these might be some clues. However, any double clues are removed from the game before the active player can see them. So in this case, planet will be out, and now the words left are red and candy. Good luck making Mars out of that. So basically that's already the game explained, but please let me show you some details. And this game is for 3 to 7 players. For all players there's this holder and a marker with a brush on top of it, so when you write down a word, then later you can easily remove it with the brush. There's a big pile of cards in this game, and this is the Dutch version, but you have a lot of cards with all kinds of words on them, and for each game you will only use 13 of those cards. And you put them face down in the middle of the table, and all the other cards are out of this game. But these are very fun and short games, so maybe you want to play some games in a row. Then you pick a player to start. The player takes the top card of the draw pile and puts the cards in his holder without knowing what's on the other side. Then the player needs to call a number, 1, 2, 3, 4 or number 5, and based on that number the other players know what word is the word to guess. So for this example, number 3 is Mars. So all other players now have to make sure the active player will guess the word Mars. And since this is a cooperative game, we really want the active player to guess the right word. There are some rules about the clues you are giving. If the word is princess, you cannot write down prince, something like that. You cannot simply translate the word into another language. You cannot make up your own words. Or words that sound the same, maybe when it's hat, you cannot write down red, something like that. But anyway, you just write down a clue. You can use numbers, so maybe when you have James Bond, you can write down 007. But before the active player gets to see the clues, the other players must check if there are no double clues. So the active player has to look away, close his eyes. Anyway, make sure he doesn't see any of the clues. Then the other players will compare their clues together. And if all clues are unique, then the active player can have a look at the words and he may guess the word that is on his card. So red planet and the candy bar, Mars is pretty obviously, I would think. If the guess is correct, the card is put face up next to the draw pile and it's your first point scored, and then it's the turn of the player to the left of that player. The fun of the game is that when 2 clues are the same, they are removed before the active player gets to see the clues. So the clues left are now red and candy. And I don't think the active player will guess the word Mars anymore. Maybe he will go for M&M. If the active player chooses the wrong word, his card will be removed from the game together with the top card of the draw pile. So 2 cards gone, meaning 2 less points to score. But there's also the possibility that the active player has no idea what the word could be and he simply passes. Then only his own card is removed, but you keep the cards on the draw pile. If it's the last card and the player guesses incorrect, then that card is removed together with the top card of the discard pile. So whenever you guess wrong, always remove 2 cards from the game. And then based on how many cards are scored, that is how well you have played the game. If you manage to get all 13 cards, you've played a perfect game. If you are left with 12 cards, you've played an incredible game, then a very good game, and so on. Until you have only 0 to 3 cards, then you have played a very, very, very bad game. And that's just simply how this game is played. Enough cards, enough variations to play with. And most of the times you don't even care about the score, it's just about having fun and guessing the right words. And that is how Just One is played. Very easy to play. But the fun part of course is that double clues are removed, so you don't try to write down the most obvious clue, just in case other players do the same. And most of the times, maybe you don't even care about the scoring, it's just for the fun of the game. and then you can just play as many cards as you want. And this is one of those games that's more fun with more players, because then you also have some more tension of getting double clues. When playing with 3 players, the active player still gets 1 card, but the other players will write down 2 clues each to make it a little more exciting. But that's it, that is how Just One is played. If you have any questions about this game, please feel free to ask them in the comments below. My name is David, thank you for watching and hope to see you next time.